Freudian psychoanalysis consists of id, ego, and superego. Id is the inherited instinctive impulsive of the individual, and it is forming part of the unconscious. Meanwhile, the ego is the part of the mind which is most conscious of the self. In the work of Freud, that part which acted upon by both the id and the superego, and it mediates with the environment. Dear students, welcome to Psychology of Literature class. I'm your lecturer, Dina Amelia, and you can call me Dina. And today, we're going to discuss about Freudian psychoanalysis. But first of all, let us discuss a little bit about the learning objectives of our study. The learning objectives of this study is, as a student, you are expected to have a broader insights of the applications of the Freudian psychoanalysis. And as a student, you are also expected to reveal psychoanalysis issues in literary works. But most of all, you are also expected to be able to analyze literary works based on the Freudian psychoanalysis. Well, now let's come to our first discussion. So the next discussion is about psychoanalysis criticism. First of all, what is psychoanalysis criticism? So this criticism is a form of literary criticism which uses some of the techniques of psychoanalysis in the interpretations of literature. And it focuses on the hidden life of an author or a character. And the originator of this theory is Sigmund Freud. The Freudian psychoanalysis depends upon the notions of the unconscious, and it is a part of the mind beyond consciousness which nevertheless has a strong influence upon our action. Freudian psychoanalysis consists of id, ego, and superego. Id is the inherited instinctive impulsive of the individual, and it is forming part of the unconscious. Meanwhile, the ego is the part of the mind which is most conscious of the self. In the work of Freud, that part which acted upon by both the id and the superego, and it mediates with the environment. And the last is the superego, a Freudian term for that aspect of the psyche which has internalized parental and social prohibitions or ideals early in life and imposes them as the censor on wishes of the ego and the agent of self-criticism or self-observations. The Freudian psychoanalysis is famous for the Freud's conceptions of the human psyche, which is formed in the iceberg of metaphor. And this iceberg of metaphor actually consists of conscious, preconscious, which has superego and ego, and then of course the unconscious, which has id. In the Freudian psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud also introduces the interpretations of dreams, and in this interpretation of dreams is a theory of dreams itself. So dreams actually consist of interesting and fundamental things in our life, and it is also related so much in the psychoanalysis. According to Freud, patients talk about their dreams, and the dreams are associated with the past or the day before, and the past is called as the day residue. In the dreams is reflexive as psychologic and process that completely designed to keep people asleep and the guardian of the sleep from interruptions. And these dreams can also be seen, or the process of dreams can also be seen in a character or in a literary works through the work of an author. According to Freud, dreams is a royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind, and it consists of the aggression, trauma, wishes, and sex. And then it also becomes the part of the repressed and buried trauma and also memories. In the dreams, there is this called as the return of repressions, and during the sleep, the unconscious breaks through, and sometimes it makes people wake up repeatedly during their sleeps. If not checked, it can cause mental impairments, and this is also what happens to id, ego, and superego to a person or an author. The unconscious of the dreams consists of three types. First is displacement, second is condensations, and the last is representations. The displacement is the change of one thing into another. Meanwhile, the condensations is the collapse of the general concepts into one. And the last is the representations, transforming thoughts into visual image. Well, now students, let's come to the example of Freudian psychoanalysis. Well, now students, let's come to our next discussion, which is the analysis of Lolita by Nabokov. Okay, so we're going to discuss about Vladimir Nabokov's Lolita. And then our main discussion will focus on the Humbert and also Lolita's character. So the first is Humbert's youth. So in his youth, he has suffered from loss. The first is his mother died suddenly, and his aunt, who took his mother's place, foretold her own death and died shortly after. And the last is his father was a womanizer, and he is rarely around. The second is the Annabelle incident. So places the weight of blame for his pedophilia on the situations and has flashback of her throughout part 1. And he is also keeps remember when she dies tragically only a month after. And then Humbert's also having the first encounter of the intercourse with Annabelle. The second incident is the Monique incident. So his first real sexual encounter with a child. So she lied about her age at that time, and she said that she was 18, and he knew that she wasn't 18 at that time. The third incident is the Valeria episode. So Valeria is his first wife, and he married her to stamp off any suspicions of his secret desire, and she ended up leaving him for another man. And he was very upset because it damaged his pride, but not because he lost her. So the fourth incident is when he meets Mrs. Hayes, and he instantly disinterested in her. He also completely preoccupied with her mundane feature and also her home. And he has absolutely no intentions of staying with her in the first place or even knowing her until he meets Lolita. Humbert marries Mrs. Hayes to ensure his closeness to Lolita, and Lolita is sent to summer camp one day because Mrs. Hayes finally finds out about Humbert's feeling, and he writes down all of his lustful thoughts about Lolita and all of his frustrations about Hayes in a black diary. And Hayes finds the diary and runs out of the house, but she was hit by a car on the street and then she dies. Humbert also picks Lolita up from the camp, and then he doesn't tell her that actually her mother has died. And then she takes her to enchanted haunted hotels and drugs her, and then that's the first time they have the first intercourse. Around the times of Hayes' death, Humbert begins to show signs of paranoia about losing Lolita. And then after that, they have another intercourse, and this paranoia drastically increases. And the more paranoid he becomes, the harder for Lolita to push him away. Because of the narrative style, you tend to focus more on the motivations and also emotions of Humbert. In retrospect, what can we see happening to Lolita? Well, students, from these discussions or this analysis, we can see that Vladimir Nabokov's novel Lolita has offered us more than just one issue. So there are other issues that you can explore and analyze, like alienations or the nymphet as a sexual deviant or monster within, past trauma Annabelle case, and then the disenchantment with adulthood and pedophilia or ephebophilia. Well, that's all about today's discussions, and we will discuss more about Freudian psychoanalysis in the next meeting. Thank you very much, students, and see you.
Terima kasih sudah menyaksikan video pembelajaran ini. Jangan lupa like, komen, dan subscribe, serta nyalakan tanda loncengnya agar kalian tidak ketinggalan informasi update lainnya.
adik-adik semua, kali ini kakak mau jelasin gimana caranya untuk mendaftar online di Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia. Baik, kita buka dulu websitenya di spmb.teknokrat.ac.id. Nah, kalian bisa lihat di sini untuk alur pendaftaran mahasiswa baru dan tes masuk online. Yang pertama, adik-adik harus membuat akun pendaftaran terlebih dahulu dengan memasukkan email dan password adik-adik ya. Setelah itu, adik-adik bisa login dengan memasukkan alamat email dan password yang sudah didaftarkan sebelumnya. Kemudian, adik-adik harus mengisikan data pribadi, data sekolah, dan pilihan program studi. Setelah semua data terisi, lalu klik daftar. Selanjutnya, adik-adik bisa mengunduh cetak kartu pendaftaran. Setelah mencetak kartu pendaftaran, adik-adik bisa melakukan pembayaran melalui bank atau ATM ke nomor rekening yang tertera pada kartu pendaftaran. Setelah adik-adik melakukan pembayaran, lalu foto dan upload bukti pembayaran ke sistem pada menu upload bukti pembayaran. Tunggu validasi dari Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia kurang lebih 1 kali 24 jam. Setelah tervalidasi, adik-adik bisa mencetak nomor ujian di menu cetak kartu ujian. Jika adik-adik semua sudah mempunyai nomor ujian, adik-adik bisa langsung melakukan tes online pada menu online test di bagian menu utama. Pilih fakultas sesuai dengan program studi yang adik-adik pilih ya. Catatan untuk adik-adik semua. Untuk adik-adik yang mengambil jurusan di Fakultas Teknik dan Ilmu Komputer, adik-adik harus mengerjakan soal ujian 2 kali. Untuk Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis, mengerjakan ujian 1 kali. Dan di Fakultas Sastra dan Ilmu Pendidikan, program studi Sastra Inggris dan Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris mengerjakan ujian 2 kali. Program studi pendidikan matematika mengerjakan ujian 1 kali, dan khusus untuk program studi pendidikan olahraga, adik-adik mengerjakan 1 kali ujian kompetensi dasar dan 1 kali ujian tes fisik. Setelah memilih fakultas sesuai dengan program studi adik-adik, lalu pilih akses, pilih continue, isikan username dan password menggunakan nomor ujian. Lalu klik login, lalu klik ujian 1, klik ujian 1 tes kemampuan dasar. Untuk mulai mengerjakan soal, klik start attempt. Pastikan adik-adik mengerjakan soal sampai dengan selesai ya. Jangan lupa klik finish attempt dan scroll ke bawah. Klik Submit All and Finish. Untuk melihat hasil pengumuman tes, adik-adik bisa lihat di link spmb.teknokrat.ac.id. Dengan login kembali, lalu pilih menu pengumuman. Di sini akan tertera hasil tes adik-adik lulus atau tidak, dan adik-adik bisa mencetak slip pembayaran untuk melakukan pembayaran daftar ulang dengan nomor rekening masing-masing program studi. Nah, itu dia cara daftarnya lewat website di Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia. Semoga tutorial ini bermanfaat dan sampai jumpa di Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia, kampusnya sang juara.